Water makes up about 70% of our body. So let's say this is our body. Let's say this is 70%. So this whole 70% here is just water. And then we have 30% the other essential things that makes up you and me. So just imagine that water is 70%. It means that water has even more percentage than every other thing added together. So water affects our livelihood to a very great extent, and this is so significant that we have to learn a thing or two about it. So before we can proceed with learning anything about water, we need to know what water looks like. So water is just H2O, meaning we have 2 hydrogen and then we have oxygen. So what does it look like? We have oxygen bonding to the 2 hydrogen to form a tetrahedral shape, though it is not like the perfect tetrahedral like the one you have in methane, because this oxygen you are seeing here is highly electronegative and this hydrogen is highly electropositive. So in this water molecule, you are going to have more electron in this region than in this hydrogen. So let's say this one is having partial negative from here and another partial negative from here. That makes it 2 partial negative. 2 partial negative. And here we have partial positive, partial positive. So it is not as if it is a complete transfer of electron, but then the electron they are sharing, more of the electron is found around the oxygen than the hydrogen. So we are going to have 2 partial negative and partial positive. As simple as this sounds, it affects a lot of things about water, how water interacts with itself and other compounds. So now when you have water, you expect that hydrogen is having a partial positive, oxygen is having a partial negative, which means that they should be able to interact with other molecules that have partial positive or a positive charge, and as well a partial negative or a negative charge. Now, water, because of this, is not having a perfect tetrahedral shape. So the angle here is 104.5 compared to the normal tetrahedral, which is 109.5 degrees. If you have water in a cup or somewhere, water is always either bonding to itself or something else. How does it do this? When you have oxygen with a partial negative, to be specific, 2 partial negative, bonding to hydrogen and another hydrogen, which are having partial positive, partial positive. If you have another water molecule here, this water molecule, since this is having partial negative, this can easily interact with this, forming an hydrogen bond. And you have another water molecule here, same. So water can serve as an hydrogen bond donor because this interaction here is an hydrogen bond. So in every hydrogen bond, we have a hydrogen bond donor, the molecule bonding to the hydrogen itself, and the hydrogen bond acceptor, the molecule that is interacting with the hydrogen to form hydrogen bond. This is hydrogen bond acceptor, hydrogen bond donor for this hydrogen bond. This hydrogen bond acceptor is also a donor in subsequent bond we have. So water can serve as both hydrogen bond donor and hydrogen bond acceptor. This has led to a lot of properties that we should know about water. So here are some properties of water that you should know. Water have a very high cohesive force, which means that water can bind to itself, just as we have shown above, and adhesive force, which means that water can bind to other things. For example, when you have water and you have, don't let us be specific yet, let's say we have oxygen containing group, let's say a carbonyl, this oxygen can form an interaction with this hydrogen. So this is accepting hydrogen from this water molecule. In this case, this water molecule is the hydrogen donor and this is the hydrogen acceptor. So water can actually bond to itself. It can bond to other things by hydrogen bond, which is not a real bond. Let me call it an interaction. So this cohesive force leads to what we call surface tension. Because when you have water molecule in a cup or something, you might put anything, let's say like a needle or an insect or anything on it, and then that thing would float even though it has higher density compared to water, of which what we expect is that anything that have high density should be down and anything that is of low density should just be on top. In the case of water, this is a little bit different because water have a very high cohesive force, and the cohesive force is making the water molecule bind more to itself, that it does not allow other things to pass through it. So let's say you place a needle carefully on this water, it can just float on the water because water have a very high cohesive force, a great internal cohesion. So water also have high heat capacity, which means that water can actually take more heat before it changes its states, and it has high specific heat, which means that before water can rise by 1 degree in temperature, it's going to accept more heat energy to itself, and this is because of the hydrogen bond in water. This hydrogen bond also accounts for the high heat of vaporization, because before water can begin to vaporize, just imagine you open an ethanol and you open a cup of water. Before you know it, the ethanol has dried off, but then you still have your water. You still need to heat it to some point before it starts to vaporize. This high heat of vaporization is due to the hydrogen bond in water, which also accounts for the high boiling point and the high melting point. Practice these questions, it will help a lot. Thanks for watching.